Tokyo.
Oh, that's that's not the essence of the place for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry
but
you didn't get to go to Osaka or Kyoto or something.
yeah, I'll be going back to that. But I did get to experience the culture, and it was really nice. I had a really great time.
Yeah, it's a good entry. It's a good entry. Yeah.
100%. All right, so welcome everybody. So glad that you're here today. Today we're going to be talking about how to be able to leverage LinkedIn to get clients without cold pitching, how to generate leads. A lead, as we taught in our prospecting bootcamp, is somebody that reaches out to you. You want people reaching out to you, people that are inquiring about your services. And one of the most important things you can do is to have a optimized profile on LinkedIn so that when somebody looks at your profile, they know what you do, who you help, how you help them. And most people, they don't have a properly optimized profile on LinkedIn. If you look at most profiles, it's not properly optimized. Also, if you want somebody to reach out to you on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that it's easy for them to reach out to you. While I was in Japan, somebody reached out to me via text message. They sent me a text message. And I asked them, I said, how did you find me? And they said, I asked ChatGPT, who's the best marketing guy in Brooklyn? And they said, Joe Applebaum is the best marketing guy in Brooklyn. And this is specifically for like a franchise. And I said, why do you think ChatGPT said that I'm the best marketing guy in Brooklyn? It said, because it referenced your LinkedIn. And I was like, wow. LinkedIn is so important that ChatGPT sees it as the truth. AI sees LinkedIn as the truth, that is a source of truth, as proof. So my question to you is, if I look at your LinkedIn, are you the expert in your field according to your LinkedIn? Do you have proof on your profile that you're the expert in your field? Are people saying the right things about you so that AI can pick you up as the expert in your field? And if the answer is no, my question to you is, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to take it to the next level? And by the way, I'd love to take a look at your LinkedIn profile. So if you want to put it in the chat, my LinkedIn profile is http://www.joelinkedin.com. That's mine. What's yours? Mine is joelinkedin.com. What's yours? I see Bobby put his in. Love that you put yours in. We're going to pull up Bobby's profile real quick. I'm just going to share my screen so you guys can see what I see. This is Bobby's profile over here.
Joe, FYI, you're recording.
Thank you, Jen. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the webinar. My name is Joe Applebaum, CEO of EviAI, and we're going to be talking about how to generate leads on LinkedIn without cold pitching. Today, we're pulling up Bobby's profile, and as you can see, Bobby has some really great stuff on his profile. He has a great banner, a great image, authority strategist, professional service firms, very, very clear. He even has a WhatsApp me and his phone number here where people can WhatsApp him. Makes it really, really easy. His About section includes all the information that people need, including his email address and website. He has his Clear Services page here with some images, and he has great featured items that explain what he does, who he helps, how he helps them, and he has his posts going live over here. If I pull up EviAI here on the side, I'm going to close this one over here so it doesn't conflict with that one. If you pull up EviAI on the side, you can see I already have his profile saved over here. And if I want, I can enrich his profile with information from the big data that we have connected to EviAI. I could also tag him with specific tags. So if I see that he's a profile visitor, I'll tag him as somebody that's a profile visitor. If he's EviAI Pro, I'll tag him as EviAI Pro. And then I could also click on this button and see all of his recent posts on LinkedIn. So one of the ways to get leads on LinkedIn is to leave comments on other people's posts. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a comment on his post. Do you see the way I just dropped him a comment on his post? And as I wrote a comment on his post, EviAI already got me his phone number and email address and organized it over here. It also created insights. You can have the ability to create insights. So based on his LinkedIn profile, I can go ahead and create tons of insights about him. And this will give me an introduction, a summary, company and role, target market, connection tips, content style, achievements, conversation starters, and even draft an email for me to be able to send to him. This is new. I don't know if you noticed this, Mindy, the Insights tab, or Marlene, or Bobby. This is a new part of EviAI Pro, where we add all these little boxes with insights. It gives you tons of information about each person. So anytime you meet somebody on LinkedIn, you can generate insights. Or if you want, what you can do is you can do research on them using like Perplexity or Grok. And the information that you get here by searching all over the internet, you can then save this as a note, and you can generate insights off these notes. So now we're going to be analyzing the notes that you have. You can see it pulls up his email address, his phone number, conversation starters, potential business opportunities for every single person on LinkedIn. So I'm going to go here, add this as a note. And then if I want, I can generate insights off that particular note and organize all the information and then push it into my CRM. If I go to my connections, you'll see he's right over here front and center. I have everything I need to be able to build a relationship with this person. So I just want to take a moment just to let you know that this is pretty intense technology that we put together to help people be able to get results from LinkedIn. Because getting leads on LinkedIn is not just about hoping for the best. Hope is a great thing. It's just not a great strategy. Getting leads on LinkedIn has to do with having a great profile and showing up for LLMs like ChatGPT and Gemini and so on, making sure that you're constantly posting on LinkedIn, that you're leaving comments on LinkedIn. But it's also about having the right information at your fingertips when you need it. When I get on the phone with somebody, I already have all this information available to me. I have their email address, their phone number, and everything there is to know about them all ready to go, right in front and center. That helps me be able to have a meaningful conversation with the person and turn that lead into a client. If you don't want to be constantly pitching or doing cold calling, then making sure that you understand who you're talking to is the difference. That's the big difference, knowing who you're talking to. Then it's no longer a cold lead. Now it's a warm relationship. When people watch me call people on LinkedIn, they notice that I reference all the things that I find in AI. And that helps me be able to have a real conversation with the person. And as a result, build a real relationship with them. Because most people that are cold calling you, they know nothing about you. Maybe they know your name. But more than your name, they don't really know much about you. So getting to know a lot about a person, even before you talk to them, is essential to being able to be successful in the conversation. So for example, I've never met Jennifer. Jennifer's on this call right now, but I've never met Jennifer before. From LinkedIn, I have some basic information, but I can save her into EviAI. I'm just going to tag her as a webinar attendee. Once I save her into EviAI, I just have some basic information here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little up arrow here, and it's going to open up her profile here on EviAI. Now, it used to be that you had to have the Google Chrome extension in order to do anything on EviAI, right? Remember that? In order to be able to manage people. So I can add a note over here. I can leave a comment. She came to our class today about how to get clients from LinkedIn without cold pitching. I'm going to press log note, and I just left a note here. You see that? If I want to research her, I can click on Perplexity here, and Perplexity will go ahead and start researching her. If I want to research her with Grok, I can open up Grok right here on the side and have Grok start using tons of agents to research everything there is to know about Jennifer. Do you see that? I'm researching her right here on the side. And it's finding not just her LinkedIn, but it's going to look at hundreds of other sources of information about her company, and about everything there is to know about her, and then provide all that information directly to me. If I want to get her email and cell phone number, that might be available within our database of 200 million records. So I just say, give me her phone number and her email address based on the information that you could find within EviAI's database. And then it may add her email, her phone number here. I may be able to find it over here on the side. You see the way that Grok found her phone number and an email address. By the way, Jennifer, did Grok find you the right phone number and email address of you? I don't know if it did or it didn't. But it's a different phone number than EviAI found. EviAI found a different phone number here, and then Grok found a different phone number here. If you click on resources here, you're going to see we have many email addresses. We have one from farmers.com. We have a Gmail address. We have all these different email. We have a cultivate.taste@gmail.com email address. And as you can see, there's a lot of information that EviAI finds from all over the internet. It doesn't have this it does have this 920. Oh, it doesn't have the same number. It has a different number here. As you can see, AI is searching in different places, and it tells you all the different sources that it's finding this information to be able to. It has 145 different sources. You see that? So I can go ahead and press copy on these sources and add these sources as a note so that I have here her Instagram, her YouTube, her LinkedIn, her Facebook, or everything. Imagine the depth of research that you can do with AI to be able to learn about the people in your life, even if you're not connected to them on LinkedIn. She wrote not phone number. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Do you guys see what I did just now in order to try to build a relationship and get to know somebody a little bit? Learning about them doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to wait to get on the phone with somebody to learn about them. So this helps me be able to build the relationship way before I ever even approach the person. Like really get to know them to learn about what their problems are. The way that somebody will want to spend money with you is if they believe that you can solve a problem for them. I'll say it again. The way that you get people to spend money with you is if they believe that you can solve a problem for them. Not if you believe you can solve a problem for them. They have to be the ones to believe that. And a lot of the times when we call somebody, we make assumptions around the fact that they obviously need my help. They don't have a website. Well, if they don't believe they need a website, then it doesn't really matter. You have to create that awareness from their perspective. Their perspective is the one that matters, not your perspective. So communicating with them is really important to identify what their perspective is. Yesterday I was coaching somebody and I said, what is your $1 million question? What is your $1 million question that you ask each one of your potential clients? Here's my $1 million question. Are you looking for new clients? Or are you looking for a job? I learned my $1 million question. And if somebody's like, even if somebody tells me no to that, I can still probe a little more. But that's my $1 million question. Because if I ask that question to enough people and I get yeses, they automatically qualified. If I get no, I can figure out what else they're looking for. Maybe they're looking to become an influencer, maybe something else. But I don't even have to identify myself when I ask that question to somebody. I was talking to somebody in Japan, a very, very successful CEO. We were walking around at the airport right before I left. I left the lounge to go talk to him because he couldn't get into the lounge. He was flying Delta, and he couldn't get into the lounge. And so I walked out of the lounge, and we were walking around, and I looked at him, and I said, Chris, can I ask you a question? He said, yes. I said, are you looking for clients? And he started laughing. He's like, no, I'm very wealthy. I don't need clients. I'm not looking for clients. I'm not looking to network. I'm not looking to build relationships with people. I said, what are you looking for? He's like, ideas. He's like, I'm looking for ideas. I was like, wow, that's very interesting. I realized very quickly that he's not an ideal client for me, but he's a great center of influence. You guys know what a center of influence is? He's a great referral partner because he's a wealthy, successful CEO. He already made it. He has all the money he needs for the rest of his life and more. And for the rest of his kids' life and more. He doesn't need to use LinkedIn. He doesn't want to have more conversations with people. He doesn't need to network. But he knows a lot of people that do. And so I just spoke to him about ideas and built a relationship and, got to know him. He got to know me and so on. And then he asked me if I can share some of my ideas for a few groups of CEOs in Cincinnati. And I said, I would love that. I would love to get flown down to Cincinnati and get paid to do a speaking engagement in front of 100 CEOs. That's a center of influence. That's a relationship. But if I would have right away went into, oh, you could use my services, right away he would have closed up. You get what I'm saying? He would have closed up faster than a clam. Faster than a clam closes up. In Japan, there's a lot of clams. Clam, clam, clam. They close up very quick when they get scared, when they don't feel safe. So your job is to make people feel safe so that they can open up to you and be honest with you. People are not going to be honest with you. You know, people are going to tell you, oh, send me an email. I'll look into it. No one's going to look into the email. People are going to lie to you when they don't feel safe. But when they feel safe, they'll be honest with you and tell you the truth about what they believe. And you could either help them shift their belief if you have permission to do that, or you could just allow them to keep their belief and move on to somebody else that has a belief that they can work with you or they actually need your services. You get what I'm saying? So here's the one key thing that's going to make a difference in your business this year. The one key word is strategy. Here's what I tell everybody. You don't need to work harder. You need to work with the right strategy. It doesn't even need to be the best strategy. It just needs to be a strategy. And hope is not a strategy. If you say, Joe, I hope to make more money this year, that's not a strategy. A strategy is understanding what is your plan. That means your business plan, your marketing plan, and your LinkedIn plan, and we can define all that. Identifying who are the right people. There are two types of people you need to be networking with: ideal clients and centers of influence. And then there's a secret third, which I'll get into. And then there's the promise. The promise has to align with what the client wants. There's the plan, the people, and the promise. And I'll repeat it over and over and over and over so that you guys get it. But if you want to generate more leads and get more clients, the most important thing you can do is make sure that you have a solid strategy, a solid foundation. And most people need a strategy because they don't have one. So my question to you is, do you need a strategy or do you have a strategy? Let me know in the chat. I can get into each one of those items. I want to tell you a few other things that you need before we get into it. But I'm curious to know if you need a strategy or you have a strategy. Let me know in the chat right now. Mindy says, Joe, you and your new friend could generate tons of new ideas. I am an ideator, believe it or not. John said, I need a strategy. Brett said, I need a strategy. Karen said, I need a strategy. Amazing. Now, I do have an offer for you guys. This is a class where we do make an offer. So in 10 minutes from now, I'm going to make an offer. And I'm going to give you guys a special deal to help you be able to get a strategy. Mike said, honing my strategy. Yes. There's a couple more things that you need. You need stories. They say features tell and stories sell. So remember I told you guys a story about me and the guy in Cincinnati? The guy from Cincinnati that can get me with CEOs in Cincinnati at the airport, blah, blah, blah. That's a story. I have many, many stories. I had a woman named Tina who came to me. She said, Joe, I have a lot of connections on LinkedIn, but I'm not getting clients. You know what I told her? I said, you need to have the right strategy. And I said, there's a secret type of people that you're not really focused on right now. You're focused on ideal clients and you're focused on centers of influence, but there's a secret third that you're not doing. You guys know what the secret third is? The third type of people that you need? Can anyone guess what it is? The secret third. What is the secret third? It's a secret because most people don't know it. Champions. Okay. Referrals. I call those centers of influence, champions and referrals. These people are sometimes unrelated to your business. They cannot refer business to you. Decision makers, there should be ideal clients, close. Mentors are good. They can mentor you. But here are the people that I think is the secret third. The secret sauce, Deborah said. The secret third are people who are willing to comment on your posts so that the algorithm can send you further out and you can generate more leads. I call them engaged LinkedIn creators. Those are rare people, rare breeds. They're like the unicorns of LinkedIn. Where are these unicorns on LinkedIn that can comment on my posts so that LinkedIn can send my posts out there to more people? You guys get what I'm saying? Where are these unicorns out there? Here, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how to find the unicorns. I'm going to close this up over here. We don't need this open here. I'm going to close this up over here. I'm going to first go into Evie AI and I'm going to click on content and I'm going to click on idea generator. And in the idea generator, I'm going to say, come up with some ideas related to finding engaged LinkedIn creators who are the best people to comment on my posts. I'm going to press generate ideas and it's going to come up with some ideas. Now, I did select my goal. I selected my tone. I selected my persona, who I am, and I selected my style. And as you can see, it gives me a bunch of different ideas. Studies show that comments of newly and highly engaged creators boost visibility by over 50%. The industry is flawed. Most believe commenting is about volume, but in reality, the best engagements come from select few who truly resonate. How to find your ideal commenters, identify creators who align with your niche, engage meaningfully, and build relationships. Okay, this is good. I'm going to press generate post. And within, I would just say, let's say 5 seconds, the post is done. Okay? So I'm going to go here. I'm going to take this post here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an image. I'm going to go back to content. I'm going to click image generator. And I'm going to paste this in here. I'm just going to literally paste this in here. And I am going to just to delete the word unlock. I hate that word. The secret to meaningful engagement is by finding your ideal clients. Think of it like cultivating a garden. Okay, I'm going to just press generate. And I'm asking Evie AI to generate a graphic for my post. So essentially, I just pasted the content of the post in here. And it's going to generate a graphic for my post. I just deleted the hashtags and the first word unlock. And let's just see what it generates over here for me. It usually takes about 15 seconds to generate an image or so. It's a little longer when you're using other AIs, but we're pretty fast at generating images. Now, once the image is generated, I can either copy the image, I can download the image, or I can delete the image. Those are the 3 different actions over here. I could also open up the image in big. And as you can see, you can generate images with your face on it, with any logo attached. Like, for example, I took a picture of my shirt, and I put my photo in with my shirt. As you can see on bottom, I wasn't wearing any shirt here in the photo. Can you guys see I was shirtless? And then I said, put me on this shirt with my logo on it. And then, boom, it made an image of me with a shirt on in an office. Pretty nice, right? Okay, now I also have the ability to generate images here on the side of LinkedIn. You see, I have the ability with a Chrome extension, I can generate images right here on the side of LinkedIn. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into LinkedIn's home right over here. I'm going to click on create a post. And then I'm going to take one of my images, like for example, this image over here, and I'm going to include it into the post. You see this? And I'm going to say the secret to meaningful engagement by finding your ideal clients. Think of it like this: cultivating a garden. Nurture the right seeds, and your network will flourish. Start by identifying creators who resonate with your niche. These are voices that inspire you. Drive into blah, blah, blah. Engage consistently. Okay, and then build real relationships. Your ideal commenters are waiting. Go find them. Okay, I'm going to add that instead of that, and then I'm just going to delete this here and add that. Now I'm going to press post. I'm going to press post. So I just posted a post on LinkedIn. I'm going to click on these 3 little dots. I'm going to copy the link to the post. And then I'm going to send you guys this link so you can actually see the actual post that I just created. Okay, I just sent it to you guys. Now I want you to just take a moment to open up the post on LinkedIn and drop a comment on the post. Read it and drop a comment on the post. See how easy it is for you to drop a comment. And the reason I want you to do that is because, A, when you drop a comment on LinkedIn, you like the post, you drop a comment on LinkedIn, other people that also commented on that post will be able to find you and connect with you. So if we have, let's call it 70 people that are here active. If every single person comments on that post right now, you guys will all find each other under that post, connect with each other, and build a relationship with each other. And that's also how you're going to find other engaged LinkedIn creators, other people that are willing to comment on each other's posts. Now, is all 70 people here going to leave a comment? No, some of you are not engaged LinkedIn creators. Some of you are too shy to comment on a post. You get what I'm saying? But if half of you are not shy, those are the people that you want to build a relationship with. Those are the people that you want to get to know. Because Mike North, I'm happy to leave a comment on every one of his posts. Same thing with Tony, Marlene, Bobby, Joel, Sherry. These are people that I know. I'm taking a look at the participants list here just to see who's here and who's unmuted. And I take a look to see who's here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all these amazing folks that are here that I'm building a relationship with, that I'm getting to know. And many of these people I already know. A lot of you I still don't know. I still don't have a relationship with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to know you a little bit. I'm going to build a relationship with you by figuring out who you are, by researching you online. You guys saw the way that I did research, correct? Did you guys see the way that I did research on people?
Yep.
So that's how I gotta get to know people and build relationships with them, by researching them online. And then by having a conversation with them. So let's just see which one of you actually commented on the post here. I'm going to scroll down over here just to kind of look. And I see 19 comments on this post. You see that? I'm going to go through the post and see who it is. So Derek commented. Bobby commented. Yvonne, Marlene, Janine, Scott, Tony, Michael, Christopher, Brett, Marcial. And you see all these people that commented over here? Now, what I want to do is, in order to build a relationship with these people, is I want to respond to their comments. And the way that I respond is by having Evie AI respond for me. Do you see the way that Evie AI wrote a response for me? All I needed to do is set my goal, set my tone, set my persona and my style, and then Evie AI will just write the comment. You see that? Bobby, he said, I like how you're talking about building real relationships in business is based on engagement and turns into followers and clients. And then I said, Bobby, trust is the foundation of any meaningful connection. When engagement is genuine and intentional, it transforms passive relationships to loyal followers. How cool is that? Now imagine if I had to type that in myself. I could do that. I could just say thank you, type it in and hit and reply like I just did. Or if I want to be able to leave a comment with Evie AI in a shorter time than it took me to reply to the comment and write thank you, I actually acknowledged what she said. You see that? Now, if I want to have no M dashes, what I can do is I can click no M dash comments. You see that? That's a style that I created. If I want to leave a comment that's professional chill, I can click on professional chill. If I want my goal to be to build relationships and my tone to be visionary, I can do that. That's the beauty of using this technology here, that it automatically does things in a meaningful way. And so if I want to go fast, I wouldn't recommend going fast when you're leaving comments, even though I can go super, super fast and leave 100 comments within like a few minutes, because LinkedIn will get upset if you leave comments too quickly. Anything that you do on LinkedIn too quickly is not good. Do you guys know why? Because it looks like a machine, and LinkedIn doesn't want machines to use LinkedIn, especially now in the world of agents. Joanne says, how come did not get your post? If you didn't get my post, it's in the comments of the post over here in the comments. I just put the post there. Click on the link above, Marlene said. LinkedIn will block you if you try to do too much activity too quickly. So I like to limit the amount of activity I do on LinkedIn. Okay, but you don't want to limit it to nothing. I limit it to about 15 minutes a day of proactive activity. And there are 5 things I do every day. The first thing I do is I connect with 20 new people. I'm already at max connections, which means I have to remove people to add people. So I'm constantly removing people and adding new people. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, the second thing that I do is I post once a day. With Evie AI, it's really easy to write a post. You saw the way I used the idea generator, came up with 4 ideas, picked one, hit a button, had the post ready to go. Then you generate an image. You can use an image that you generate or an image from the past. And then you use that image, and there you go. I have all the images I've ever generated sitting on the side of my profile. So I have enough images to last me forever. That's the second thing. The first thing is connecting. The second thing is posting. The third thing is you want to leave at least 5 comments a day. I personally leave 50 a day. You don't need to leave 50. You could leave 5. You get what I'm saying? And we have a community of people that are commenting on each other's posts. My goal is to build a community of 1,000 people that comment on each other's content. Now, for those of you that are still not clients of Evie AI, or maybe you have an account that you just got started to test it out, or maybe you have a premium version of Evie AI and you want to learn about our best offer, we have something called the Bundle Plus, where we offer you $50,000 worth of value for $5,000 a year. It's called the Bundle Plus. If you guys are interested in listening to the deal, just write deal in the chat, and I'll tell you what the deal is, of how you can get $50,000 worth of value for just $5K. I'm happy to share with you the deal. And because you're on this class right now, if you take action today, I'll give you guys an even better deal. So just write deal in the chat, and I'll tell you about the deal. We need at least 4 people to write deal in the chat for me to tell you about the deal. So far, Jane said deal. Thank you, Jane. We have Clyde that said deal. Mike said deal. We're just waiting for one more. Great deal. Yeah, great deal. I'll give you guys a great deal. So I'll show you the page that I typically show people. I created it called thebundleplus.com, and I have it under /VSL. And here's the deal. The problem that people have is that they spent hours on LinkedIn, and then they don't have conversations booked. There was a guy that signed up to this particular deal a couple of weeks ago, and he sent me an email last night, and he said, Joe, I just have a moment. I want to just take a moment to give you an update. Since I signed up to Evie AI, I made one commitment, is to have conversations booked. And I came to your classes, and I learned how to book conversations, and I've been booking 5 conversations a day every single day. While I didn't close any big deals, I found a part-time gig as a result of one of the conversations that I had, and I'm making $10,000 a month as a result of it. Thank you, Joe. I tell everybody out there that's looking for opportunities, have 5 conversations a day. So this is the biggest problem that we solve. And for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm the CEO and founder of Evie AI. We're a LinkedIn AI assistant that has 23,000 users in 40 countries around the world. I published 5 books. I'm a certified Google trainer. I personally trained over 1,100 companies on how to leverage LinkedIn. Even LinkedIn headquarters brings me in to train their own team. And I co-host the annual LinkedIn Influencer Summit. And I'm not here to brag to tell you about all that stuff. I'm here to tell you that I've done this myself, taught it to thousands, and it works. And the thing that people are getting completely wrong is that they're just lurking. They're not taking the right actions. And instead of them doing the thing that I'm about to show you, they end up getting pitched, and they end up feeling terrible because how do you feel when you get pitched? You don't feel great, right? Terrible, exactly. So it gets really, really frustrating to be on LinkedIn, so they end up running away from LinkedIn and not using it. And here are the 4 missing pieces that they're missing. They're missing strategy, they're missing the right tools, they're missing the right community, and they're missing training and accountability. Most people have not gotten the training to learn how to leverage LinkedIn. Tomorrow we're doing a 2-hour training. We do this once a month on how to properly leverage LinkedIn. Tonight at 5 p.m. we have our weekly accountability meeting. So here's the solution. I took everything that I've learned from generating millions of dollars through LinkedIn, everything I've taught to over 1,100 companies, and I packed it into 2 things. Number 1 is Evie AI Pro, And number 2 is the Evergreen Networking System, our $10,000 training program that gives you strategy, community, and accountability. Now, normally you would have to buy these things separately. The software is one thing. The training is another thing. But we bundled it in together called the Bundle Plus. So first is the software. The software is what I just showed you, the idea generator, the post creator, templates, personas, saved profiles, the way you organize all the connections on LinkedIn into lists and research them. We have 7 AI agents that researches everything, including email, phone numbers, social channels, everything. And then we have a learning hub and a community. And we have the Chrome extension that kind of sits on the side of your profile and helps you with everything. We have a mic feature where you can talk to it. You can reply to AI comments in seconds and messages, craft invitation notes. AI helps you with everything. And by the way, this works on Facebook, Instagram, and X as well. It doesn't just work on LinkedIn. And then we have the Evergreen Networking System. It's our $10,000 training program because tools without strategy is like having a Ferrari with no gas. So we give you this system on how to build out your strategy. We teach you how to connect with the right people. We teach you how to come up with the right promise, the right stories, how to optimize your profile. And we get all the systems in place and teach you how to post, engage, and message on LinkedIn in just 15 minutes a day. And by the way, Sarah, a CEO coach, she generated over $500,000 in the first 6 months of working with us. Every single month, we do a 2-hour live strategy workshop on Zoom, which is happening tomorrow. It's not just about LinkedIn. It's a masterclass on personal development, business growth, and making LinkedIn your most profitable channel. Plus, you get replays of every session we've ever done in the past 5 years. We do posting parties almost every single day. We recently had 100 amazing people show up to our last posting party. You meet with other engaged LinkedIn creators, the secret sauce. It's networking on steroids. And then we have weekly accountability meetings hosted by veteran members of our community for years. It's perfect if you need hand-holding. And every single day at 12 and at 7, we meet to give you tech support on how to use the platform and how to use LinkedIn, because you're never stuck, you're never alone. Plus, we add $50,000 worth of bonuses. The Inc. 5000 list, fastest growing private companies in America. Sales Navigator training. If you decide to get Sales Navigator, we give you a $3,000 class. The Engaged Thought Leader community, we charge $1,000 a month for that community. The LinkedIn Influencer Summit replays, LinkedIn 101 course, one-on-one onboarding session, a business networking one-sheet. Plus, you get a whole extra EviAI Pro account with the Bundle Plus. It's a $3,600 value. You get our list of our top 200 clients with their calendar links so you can start booking meetings day one. These are people that want to refer business, they want to network, they want to build relationships. And then you get my list of 30,000 connections. You get hundreds of community resources, and we're about to add 200 new features. You guys are watching the new features that we're adding. Did you guys see the new features that we've added for our clients? Who here has seen, just in the past 3 weeks, how many features we added to EviAI? You guys have seen that, right? Mike, since you joined, you saw how many features. Jane, you saw how many features were added. And we have many.
Blew me away.
Right? It's blowing people away. And you should see, all the features are ready to go. It's just a matter of testing them to make sure they work correctly. So my development team is working overtime, and we're looking to hire more developers to help implement the 200 features. And I keep coming up with new ideas, so they can't keep up. And I'm ending up developing a lot of the features myself in a prototype, in a private prototype area. And then I just hand it over to people, showing them exactly how to be able to do what they need to do. It's just phenomenal, the things that we're building. So I'm really, really excited about the new features, but what I'm most excited about is helping you guys be able to leverage this and bringing more people into the community. So instead of paying $3,600 per EviAI Pro account for the year, plus $10,000 for the Evergreen Networking System, and all the other things that everything costs separately, which is $50,000 worth of value, we're charging $5,000 for the year to get access to everything. So if anybody's interested, write interested in the chat. You might want to schedule a meeting with us to kind of review this together. So write interested if you're interested in this. And by the way, there's 200 million records of email addresses and phone numbers that you get instant access to. You just click on anyone's LinkedIn, you press enrich, and boom, their LinkedIn, all their emails and phone numbers come up for you. All built into the system. And you don't even need to use the Chrome extension if you don't want. Everything works from the back end of LinkedIn. I'll show you how it works without the Chrome extension. So my question to you is, are you interested in this? If you are, I'll give you guys a special deal for anyone that wants to sign up right now. And I'll make the deal really, really good for you guys. So if you're interested, just write interested in the chat. I want to show you guys something, that new feature that we added that's going to blow some of your minds away. So let's say you're on your mobile phone and you're at a networking event. Joanne says, why just 2,000 LinkedIn contact? I don't know what that means. Why 2,000 LinkedIn contact? You can have up to 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. So I don't know what the 2,000 means. Karen said, I'm interested. Thank you, Karen. So instead of paying $5,000 for the deal, the Bundle Plus, we have a legacy deal where we're giving it away for just $1,968 for the entire year. That deal expired already. But for the people that are live on this webinar, I'm going to make that deal available if you decide to buy it now, and it'll include all $52,000 worth of bonuses and the 200 new features that we're adding this year. And I'll put the link in where you can get the deal right now. It might not work anymore, so let me know if it does work. You could enter your email. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Juan already put it there as well. So click on that, Karen, and then enter your email and click Claim Deal and see if it still works. Because the team officially turned it off because it's still at $5,000. It's still an amazing deal. Morty got the Bundle Plus. He said the Bundle Plus is amazing. Thank you, Morty. And so did Ian, and so did Jane, and so did Zach, and so did Marlene and Bobby. And as you can see, even though everybody here, Mike, and everybody here already has the Bundle Plus, they still come to these sessions because I deliver so much value, even on these webinars where we're kind of presenting the offer. I'm still delivering massive value. So I'm going to show you another feature real quick while you guys are taking a look. The deal is through the end of the year. Yeah, so if you buy the deal right now, if you get the deal right now, you get grandfathered into the deal. Okay, so that means you will always pay $19.68 for 2 EviAI Pro licenses, plus the Evergreen networking system, plus the Inc. 5000 list, plus the Sales Navigator Bootcamp, plus all the other bonuses that we mentioned there. Tons and tons and tons. $50,000 worth of value you get instantly for just $19.68. So I suggest that you jump on it right now. Again, this is, a lot of people are just going to pay $5K for it and they're going to be super happy because, again, like I told you, people are making $10K a month from this. That's the goal, is I want 1,000 of my clients to make $100,000 a year in profit. So I would suggest jumping in on it now. And today is the last day that the deal is available, if the deal even works still. So I don't know if it'll work. Click on it, and you can jump on it right now, and you can get it right now. Again, the team was supposed to turn it off when the new EviAI launched because we were giving people a discount off the 5K in order for them to get in before we added enrichment, before we added all these new features that we added in the past 3 weeks. So if you can still get in at that price, get it. Okay, I'm going to show you something else that we added that a lot of people don't know that we added. So if you go into a section in EviAI called Profiles, and you click on Add a New Profile, this works from any device, even with the Chrome extension off. I wanted to make it available for you guys to be able to use EviAI without even needing an extension or anything like that. So for example, let's say I have this person, Genesis Jones. Okay, I'm not going to use Genesis Jones as an example. I'm going to use someone that's actually here as an example. How about that? I'm going to go find some random profile of someone that I don't know from here. Let me go in here. Okay, so I'm going to take, let's say, Mark. Okay, I'm going to pull up Mark's profile here just to see if it actually works. Okay, I know Mark. Okay, let me find someone that I don't know. Okay, Deborah. Okay, so Deborah. I don't know Deborah. Never met Deborah yet. I see she's on this. She's here right now. So I'm going to go into EviAI, and I'm going to click on connection URL. I'm going to enter the connection URL here. You guys see I entered it here? Let me see something here. Let me refresh this. Add single connection. Okay, I'm going to type in Deb. I'm going to press save. So now what I can do is I can say, why don't you just enrich this information? Okay, it's telling me it's not, I can't use this profile. Why can't I use this profile? LinkedIn.com/IN. Let me see if I can copy it from LinkedIn, if it'll pick it up. It's telling me it's not able to use this profile. There you go. I pasted it from LinkedIn. For whatever reason, when I pasted from Thing, it didn't allow it. I wonder what I actually pasted that it didn't pick it up. But anyway, I'm going to press Enrich right over here. Do you see there's a new Enrich button? So when you click on Enrich right over here, it automatically pulls her company name, her headline, and her full name over here. Over here, it's saving it as her SMC thing. I'm going to pull in the same name that you have on. Okay, I'm going to press save. Okay, great. So now I'm going to try to enrich based on that profile URL. So now it's able to do it. For whatever reason, what I posted from Zoom wasn't working, but what I pasted from LinkedIn did work. So if you get somebody's LinkedIn URL and you want to add it, you no longer need the extension to add it. Do you guys get what I'm saying? We're using our 200 million records that we have to be able to pull information using a database, an API that we kind of pulled into. And then it's going to be able to pull all the information all organized without even using an extension. We used to have to use an extension to pull all the information, but now we don't have to use an extension. We can just build everything out just like that. And do you see the way Perplexity is kind of researching her right here and pulling all the information about her? Target audience, key services, contact information, conversation starters. And then a lot of the information also gets stored over here. Do you see that? There's tons and tons of research it's doing right now. I love this. I love this so much. The amount of information that you can pull on someone by just researching them online and then organizing all the information here. Now, I could also use Grok to do the research. I just used Perplexity to do the research, but I could use Grok. Do you see the way Grok uses multiple agents to do the thinking, and it looks at hundreds of websites, versus Perplexity just looks at, let's say, for example, a dozen or 24 websites. Grok's going to look at hundreds of different results, and it will not stop looking for you all over the place until it finds everything. Do you see the way it's searching the web for all these summaries? It's doing lots and lots and lots of Google searches. It's putting with your company name, with your email, with your website, with your this, with your that, and trying to find everything it can about you. And then it kind of like argues with each other, agent 1, agent 2, agent 3. Do you see the way it's doing it? And then it pulls everything together. It found this iCloud email. Might be a better email for her than the Fannie Mae email. Deborah's like, wow. Okay, so I'm going to take all this information. I'm going to press copy it. Now, for whatever reason, it wasn't able to pull the insights based on her LinkedIn profile. So instead, I'm going to go to Insights. Oh, it actually did. It just took a while. Do you see that? It pulled all these different emails together. This is insane the way it does this. It is crazy. There's so much information about you here. And that's the one thing that I think is going to be a major competitive advantage that we have as a company and as you using us as a products, is that the amount of context and data that we have available to us right now because of this type of agentic work that we do behind the scenes is unprecedented. And when you go to ChatGPT and you look something up, you don't get this type of data because we're combining 7 different AI agents to do all this type of research behind the scenes. So we're using up a lot of tokens. Do you get what I'm saying? We're using up a lot of resources to get all this information together. And this will work on the 1.2 billion people that are on LinkedIn. So we're putting all this together for you, giving you the ability to write notes, giving you the ability to pull out together all the resources. You don't even need to use a Google Chrome extension. It works on any platform, on any browser, anywhere, anytime, even if you're at a networking event. What I want to add to this, guys, is I want to add the ability to like scan people's business cards and be able to get all this information after you scan someone's business card at an event. You know what I mean? So I'm asking my team to add that and a bunch of other really, really cool features. You should see the things that I already built. I already built out a lot of the features. It's just a matter of getting it rolling. Okay. Any questions that you guys have so far? Someone's like, oh, I just signed up for it. Congratulations on signing up. Thank you. You're going to get a custom onboarding session with my team for signing up today. So congrats on that. Anything else anybody wants to share about any of this stuff? Marlene, what do you think of the new features of Evie AI?
Love them, Joe. It's great. And I was happy with the features before, so it only makes it better and better.
Thank you. We're trying to make things easier for everybody. That's the key. So you don't have to go to a bunch of different places and buy all these other subscriptions. Somebody told me that they pay $40,000 a year for Zoom Info, and they're canceling their Zoom Info because we have it all built into Evie AI now. So thank you, Marlene. All right. Any other questions that you guys have about this or anything interesting that you saw today that you're like, wow, I want to learn more about that? Somebody said, Joe, where can we find more information about styles? We meet every single day at 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can go there. We'll show you. We created a whole tutorial on how to use styles within Evie AI, the new feature of styles. So where personas is where you train the AI to know your background information and your history. Styles is where you train the AI on how many characters it should use and what your tone should sound like and things like that. Deborah says, holy moly, but how do you actually get all that AI summarized to get client work? Well, the answer is you use our greeting, feeding, and meeting system, Deborah. We teach our clients how to be able to send direct messages to people, how to send emails to people, and how to make phone calls to ideal clients to be able to have a conversation with them that leads to client work. That's the idea. Mark, your 99 hacks have been added to your school. Thank you. So I want you guys to really think about this from a perspective of if you have 1,000 people in your world that can do business with you, and you want 100 of them to do business with you this year, what are you going to do in order for you to get them to become your customer? What I say is get on the phone with them and have a conversation with them. Get on the phone with them and have a conversation with them. But how do you get on the phone with them and have a conversation without being a person that's trying to sell something to them? Jane, you have a question or you want to make a comment?
Yeah, just real quick, because you mentioned office hours. Joe, I've been on office hours twice now in the evening where I was the only one there, which is phenomenal. I shouldn't even tell this to everybody. I got, personal care for the whole hour, and we set up my styles and things like that. And it's so worth it. I don't know another community like this where you have these hours, like you've set aside, the office hours, where you can actually go and they will help you do it all. You're not left to your own devices. So office hours is amazing.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. And Jane hosts an event every single Monday at 1 p.m. We also have our clients host events within our community. We have 1,700 people in our community right now, and these are vetted people that are there to build relationships with each other. So I highly recommend people connect with each other, build relationships with each other, and get to know each other. So here's the process. There's the plan, the people, and the promise, and we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. We have a 2-hour class. We're going to talk about more about the strategy. We have the stories, optimizing your profile, and then setting up technology, the right systems in place. And then we have how to get exposure, how to build credibility, and then how to get on the phone with people. That's the process we take people through. Those are the 9 steps of the Evergreen Networking System. And we've been making it easier and easier and easier for people to come up with their strategy, easier for people to create their information, to allow them to be successful. For example, John signed up to one of our programs. He decided to fill out his information about his business plan, his marketing plan, and his LinkedIn plan. And then just from that alone, it clarified his offer. And having the right offer could be the difference between making $100,000 a year or making $5,000 a year. Having the right offer you need to get clear on what your offer is. And coming up with your business plan, marketing plan, and LinkedIn plan helps you develop your offer, especially if you also know who your target market is, and especially if you already know what your message is, what your promise is. So that's the idea that I want you guys to get really clear on, and tomorrow we're going to be covering that in more detail for about 2 hours. So anyone that jumps on the Bundle Plus, instead of paying $10,000 to be part of the Evergreen Networking System, you'll get it all included for today's price of $19.68. Karen, who is your ideal client? And thank you for being here, by the way. I'm just curious to know. I thank you for engaging here today. I'm just curious to know who your ideal client is. You want to share, Karen? Feel free to either put it in the chat and everyone can write down who their ideal client is in the chat. Feel free to drop in who your ideal client is. And if you guys want to watch the way that we do some calls, I'm happy to kind of do some live calls with you and show you how I customize the experience for people. Okay, it looks like Karen says poultry industries, marketing directors. There are so many marketing directors on LinkedIn. John said buyers or sellers of dental practices. Great. That's awesome. John said human resources. Business owners who have clients and vendors. Love that. Amazing. Jane says business owners have clients and vendors, and employees or coaches and consultants are great. That's amazing. Ian says businesses that need to resolve sticking points with AI, which is nearly every business to make their business more efficient. That's great. So what do you think is stopping you from getting clients? I'm curious to know from you guys. I see we have Steve, Dana, Daniel, Deborah, Eric, Maura, Mildred, Phil, Faith, Felix, Godwin, Jan, Lisa. So many amazing people here. What do you think is stopping you from getting clients? Anybody want to share anything? Because I'd love to coach somebody right now and show you exactly how to be able to get customers, how to be able to get clients, and help you guys out. What's stopping you from getting clients right now? Brett said, my ideal client begins with asking 2 questions. What does your typical day look like right now? And when's the last time your energy matched your ambition? Jane said, I am on my way. I'm in my own way.
No, I'm in my own way.
Felix said, just signed up. What's stopping me? A step-by-step protocol that I trust. Ooh, I love that. I want to hear more. Felix, I want to hear more about that. A step-by-step protocol.
Hey, Joe, good morning.
So first of all, thank you for signing up. Congratulations.
Thank you. Great deal.
Yeah.
I've been watching you for a while, and I love the prospecting bootcamp. I love a lot of things that you do. Thank you for what you do.
Okay, so tell everybody who your ideal client is.
My ideal client is a service-based business, probably here in the Chicago area, that's not great with web presence and could benefit from a website and SEO and potentially like chatbot and voice receptionist. So I'm trying to help companies get more inbound leads and convert more leads. And my ideal client is just a service-based business that could do better with reputation management and their websites.
Amazing. Amazing. So here's the first thing I would tell you to do is how many clients would you like to work with right now?
Well, one at a time.
Okay.
What do you mean by in total? Total at the same time?
Yeah, at the same time. How many clients would you like to work with at the same time?
Up to 3.
Up to 3. Amazing. So if there's only 3 people that you need to work with, you have 2,000 connections already on LinkedIn, correct?
Correct.
That's your low-hanging fruit right there. I would download these 2,000 connections and then use Evie AI to research every single one of them to identify the ones that actually need your help. So, for example, if I click on your contact info, I see your mobile phone number and your emails right over here, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and save that information here into Evie AI. Do you see how easy it is for me to take information and just put it into Evie AI and save it right from LinkedIn?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and save this information. And I see your birthday's coming up on the 17th. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I would put my last name on LinkedIn. Right now it's just Felix M. You might be hiding your last name in your settings. If you already have it there, you might be hiding it. But I would put my last name there just to kind of show that you're credible.
Okay.
What's the name of your company? Is it Promise ROI?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome. I would put your title and your company name right under your name here, and then have a company page here as well. You don't have a company page yet? To create a company page, you just click on For Business, and then you click on Create Company Page. You see here?
And you're saying to put that into the title, so the company name in the title?
Yeah, I would put title, company name, and then who you help and how you help them. And then I would, in addition, link your company name so that it comes up here on the side. Do you see over here there's nothing here? It's all empty on the side. Should I compare it to mine?
Is that a hack?
It's not a hack.
Is it?
No, there's no hack to do that. It's just you see it says Evie AI with my logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's because Evie AI is my primary company page here. Under experiences, you see it's my primary company page.
Okay.
So you can add variety of different company pages. You see, I can press plus, add a position, career break, and so you can add that as your position, as your current position, and it'll come up over here with your logo. You have a logo, right?
Okay. Yeah, so by doing this step, it shows up on that empty space area.
Exactly. And the hack is that if you want to add if you want to add your phone number under it, then you would add your phone number as education. And you would add, you see I said WhatsApp me and I added education. So over here you do plus, and you would just, instead of there, you write WhatsApp me and you put your number here and you add it as your education. And then your education will come up right under, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you do that. But your company page should be up here. And then to make it really easy for people to reach out to you, having an about section that do you have a website? Oh, it looks like you do have a website right over here. Book a call. I would have something a little bit different than book a call there. Book a call is great, but I would have something a little bit different, something like a lead magnet. So I'm going to should I show you a lead magnet that I have on Ajax Union?
Sure.
So book a call is good. If you want people to book a call, you should definitely have that. And it looks like watch our demos. So check out what I have on Ajax Union. Check this out. I'm going to go to Ajax Union's website. I'm going to scroll down. Do you see it says audit your website's visibility, start guessing, and start ranking? I'm going to add your website. I'm going to hit generate report. It's going to go ahead and generate a full report. You see the way it's giving you a grade?
Okay.
So it's checking every aspect of your website to tell you what you're doing and what you could do better. You see?
Okay. So is this what you have in your page as a lead magnet? This audit?
Exactly. So whenever I'm speaking to anybody, I'm like, dude, you have some stuff wrong with your SEO. Would you like me to run an audit for you? I'm happy to run an audit. And then I show, okay, you're missing your LLM.txt, you're missing your XML map, you're missing your analytics, you're missing your schema, you're missing your identity. There's no way you're going to get into ChatGPT with any of this. You have no backlinks, whatever. So I show them all the things that they're missing, and they're like, oh, could you help me with this? And I say, yeah, it's $10,000 a month. I'm happy to help you. You get it?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
So if it's just book a call, then you're targeting people without necessarily needing a problem. It's good that you have your book a call there, which is amazing. But in tomorrow's session, we're going to be talking more about lead magnets and stuff like that. The other thing is, if I want to leave a comment on your post, right now, I can't leave a comment on your most recent post because you posted inside this trade show group that nobody's really going to see. So I wouldn't recommend posting like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I recommend posting.
So
on a
you're not
regular-
recommending posting inside groups at all? It's not worth it compared to
Yeah,
more open-ended.
exactly.
Okay.
I would just post regularly. If you want, you can engage with people in groups by sending them messages, but that's not, you're not going to see results from this. And also anyone that comes to your profile is not going to be able to comment, you see? I might be able to like it, but I can't comment on it. That's not helpful. So your most recent post should be something of value, like, for example, what I have as my most recent post over here. You'll notice that I have this post over here with my photo, you see? And 200 people saw it. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to reply to each person in a very gentle, lovely way. You see?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to reply to each person, build a relationship, and so on.
And you mentioned something tomorrow. Is that the strategy
Yeah.
session?
Yep. So we have something
Okay.
called evergreen.com. Because you got the Bundle Plus just now, you have access to our $10,000 training program from evergreen.com.
Okay.
And you'll be able to press login, and you'll be able to get access to all the replays of all the past ones that we did. And in our community, if you go to school.com/EVAI and you click on calendar, you're going to see at 10 a.m. we're doing the strategy session here. You see? And you'll get access to
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Who do I contact for Tech Hub, like accessing evergreen.com? Because I can't get in.
Yeah, so all you have to do is come to office hours. We're going to reach out to you to do the onboarding with you, but if you come to office hours today at 12 p.m. at eviai.com/success, it's happening in 50 minutes, or at 7 p.m., you'll get access to everything that you need there.
Okay, I see that. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Felix, also keep an eye to your email. I'm going to send you sometimes to do the onboarding, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
Amazing. Okay, any other questions that anybody else has? Ian says, gotta go. Okay, I'm curious to know if there's anybody else that's stuck with anything. We're always happy to help you. Deborah says, how do you get your logo on LinkedIn? So, Deborah, this is how you do it. When you go to the business settings on top, there's a place that's called Create a Company Page. I showed you guys how to do that before, but you click Create a Company Page. And when you create a company page, you can add your logo to your company page. So if any of you are missing your logo next to your name, it's because you didn't connect your company page to your profile. Do you get what I'm saying, Deborah? You have to add your company page, add your logo to your company page, and then connect that company page to your LinkedIn. Now, you can have as many company pages as you want on LinkedIn. And the beauty is that you can like and comment on your own posts from your company page. So Felix, if you create a company page, it's a separate entity that allows you to comment on your own content, which is really nice. It's a nice thing to do.
And so you can post as the company?
You could post as a
Because the
company.
company account?
Exactly. You could post as a company, but more importantly, if I'm on my own profile, let's say, for example, I'm on my own profile and I want to give myself 10 likes right now on this post, I can switch to a company page and then give myself 10 likes as a company page. You can switch whenever you're leaving a comment or a post on any particular thing. You see the way I could switch to my company page.
Okay.
And now I could like my own post from my company page. You see, I just went to 29 likes. And then I can comment here as well. I'm going to use a template to comment now. You see, we're having a webinar today at 1 p.m., blah, blah, blah. I can comment that. I'm going to go ahead and maybe leave a different type of comment. I'm going to comment with an article. I have lots of articles that I've posted in the past. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on, let's say, for example, $100 million offers video. You see that? So EviAI just promoted a video under my post. Then I'm going to go to Ajax Union, and I'm going to like it from Ajax Union's company page. You see? And then I'm going to add a DM Triggers article. So now Ajax Union left an article related to DM Triggers. I'm going to go to Evergreen's company page, and I'm going to like it from Evergreen's company page. And then I'm going to do the influencer notes article. You see?
Okay.
So now I have all these company pages commenting on my content. How cool is that?
Amazing.
And the company pages could also interact with people, you see? So if you want to be able to get more clients, you just need to have more conversations with your ideal clients. Start with your current connections. Let's import your connections into EviAI. Let's start enriching them, and let's start identifying the ones that actually need your help. And by the way, you could use the Ajax Union audit your website visibility thing on people's websites and just use this as kind of like saying, hey, I'm going to do an audit on you. And then you just do this as an audit and say, let me help you with your website. You know what I mean? You can use this unlimited.
Is
It's
this
right on our home-
downloadable?
Yeah, it's downloadable. You can definitely download it.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But yeah, but
And Joe, just make sure you check your WhatsApp as well.
okay. All right. Any other questions that you guys are stuck with?
We're not trying to rush you off. We just need you to check your WhatsApp.
All right. Any other questions? Mike, what would you say is the biggest opportunity that you have in your business right now?
So many. You and I just riffing together has got my brain. I'm on. The electricity is all over the place. So many opportunities. In terms of, you just ask a generic question about opportunities, because I have everywhere I turn is opportunity. Every conversation I have leads to a referral, leads to a possible business client. It's nonstop. And what you've done for me, you've changed the way I see LinkedIn. It's like you flip me on my head. So everywhere's an opportunity. So I don't know if I can answer that question with one answer. Just the posting and the commenting and using my humor and my persona has just changed the way I show up, and it's so quick. Previously, I would think, I'd overthink, I'd want to write something intentional, and I write nicely, I'm good. I'm already good, but I don't have the time to be good. I need to be quick. So the persona that I wrote with your help, your team's help, I just comment and make a little tweak. I've gotten 20, 30 people following posts that previously I got, it's okay, 2 or 3 or 5, but I've learned some lessons for you that just kind of changed the way I look at it. I've only scratched the scratch, but I'm only at 2 weeks?
Yeah.
It's like less than 2 weeks, and it's just exploding. Just the kind of commenting and the people popping up. By the way, the residual of this is the way people see me that I know in my network that I haven't spoken to in months or years that I know I've worked with in the past. The resurgence of me being a top voice on LinkedIn just because of commenting and people in this community commenting and boosting my post. Then I'm on Substack, but I haven't done much with it yet, right? People that I've been thinking about, so you'll get a kick out of this, the frequency and the people I've been listening to in my industries and my core clients, my ICP, showing up and following me.
Wow.
I don't know. Oh, I want to see what he's doing. So the opportunities are like, I have to hire another person to be me for me, so I could actually stay focused on some of these opportunities. So that's a good problem to have. We're at that stage. So
amazing. And with
how's
the
that?
Bundle Plus, you have no, that's great. And with the Bundle Plus, you have an extra license that you can have somebody use alongside you, which
She's
is great.
onboarding today. Yes, she's a
Amazing.
marketing expert on my team. I'm so excited. I want to do the podcast as well that we talked about. There's so many things to do. So yeah.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
for everyone listening, the person who's going to help Mike, that person is also going to, I imagine, attend office hours. They are welcome to attend office hours, and we will help train that person. So as Jane was saying, there's so much support with this system. We are literally available for you 2 hours a day, every day, Monday through Friday. I mean, try to call Google, try to call Amazon. Can
I ask you a question? Can I jump in and ask you a question? Because what blew me away after I joined, I had no idea about the I forgot the button, engage or enhance. What's the button that we
Enrich,
click to get all
enrich.
enrich?
Yeah.
Thank you. Good word, better word than I came up with. But enrich is getting those insights blew me away because one of my projects that I came up with at a mastermind I attended 6 months ago, and I've been doing it manually. One of my associates goes in and grabs data from ChatGPT and from Claude and pulls it in and grabs. We created a project and an agent to actually grab 3 or 4 or 5 things that I want to know. I want to have data. I want to have a talking point, a pain point. I want to have that. We're doing that manually, and it's fine. He's in Pakistan doing it for me. Quite frankly, this in one click of a button, I could grab that information and have a conversation with John and Jane and Joe and Brett immediately and go, "Hey, Joe, I see this happening in your on your team, or something happened in the blown away by what you did and how did you create that?" And go, "What? How did you? I see that we have something in common. We both love fishing, or are you into racquetball?" And they go, "How do you know that?" It's all like right there. So that was something I envisioned, and you showed up, and it's like the frequency. So, and then the phone numbers and the emails. My God, we battle with this all the day. Every day, a wrong number, a wrong email, it's getting kicked back. This changes that. So I know it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn close, Joe. So that's cool.
Well, thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it. Really excited about all the opportunities and all the things that we're doing. So thank you all for being here, and I'm looking